Hello, welcome to the Just the Disc YouTube channel where we talk about Blu-rays. I've got my new disc box and it's full of discs again. So I'm going to go through some stuff that I've picked up recently with you guys. And I haven't watched a lot of this stuff, so it might be a little brief on some of them, but just kind of give you an idea of what I've been getting. So here we go. We will start little Michael J. Fox action here. Secret of My Success from '87. I became obsessed with Michael J. Fox after seeing Back to the Future in 1985 at a drive-in theater. And I think I remember that it was something I noticed that it was actually taking place in the future. Like we saw it in 1985 before November or something somehow. We saw it in the summer, and so I was like, wow, the movie itself is in the... Anyway, sidetrack. But I got obsessed with his stuff, and I started watching all the movies I could with him, and this was definitely one that was a favorite of mine back then, and it's taken a long time to come to Blu-ray. We got Kino put it out here. Little Region A disc. Audio commentary by Brian Reisman, and an interview with Helen Slater. Very nice. But anyway, it's it's an 80s success story. He plays Brantley Foster, a farm kid who moves to the big city and fakes his way into a high-paying business job from the mailroom, and gets a little carried away and learns a lesson. And yeah, it's fun. It's definitely fun, and I'm excited to watch it again. It's been a while since I've seen it. So I talked about The Hard Way the last time I did one of these, and so I've got a couple Michael J. Foxes on my plate to watch for very soon. But I know people are fans of this one. I've been waiting for it. Great theme song. Anyway, Secret of My Success. Next we have some Vinegar Syndrome I picked up. 3 of them. We'll start with Killing Birds, aka Zombie 5, I believe. It's a pretty nice slip. There we go, Zombie 5. This one is a group of college-age ornithologists have taken a class trip deep into the wilderness on a quest to find and study a rare and possibly extinct species of bird. Despite receiving ominous warnings, both human and avian, they set up camp in a musty old house, only to find themselves under siege from mysterious supernatural forces. But it's not just the house or the hordes of hungry birds that they have to worry about. They quickly realize that they're also going to have to contend with a group of bloodthirsty zombies who have descended on the deserted farmhouse. A positively jaw-dropping slice of late 80s horror as only Italians are capable of imagining. Claudio Lattanzi's Killing Birds, aka Zombie 5 and Raptors, is an everything but the kitchen sink style thriller which piles on gore and insane plot twists. I don't think I've seen this one. I've seen Zombie 2, 3. I don't think I've seen 4. I don't know about continuity. I think I'll be okay just watching this one straight up. But that's one heck of a cover, I gotta say. So that's Zombie 5, Killing Birds. Came with my Vinegar Syndrome order. Then we have Ladrones de Tombas. Grave Robbers. This one I'm curious about. I've heard good things about it. I definitely have not seen it. They've been pulling out a lot of stuff I haven't seen lately, and so I'm always looking forward to their announcements. This one says, in the early Spanish colonial age, the leader of a satanic sect was condemned to eternal damnation by a priest and was left to rot with an axe forever embedded in his chest. Now, in modern day, a group of teenage treasure hunting grave robbers accidentally uncover his hidden tomb, dislodging the axe in the process. Bad idea. But what they don't realize is that they've unwittingly reawakened the diabolical killer, who promptly sets out to complete his unholy mission of spawning the son of Satan while brutally butchering anyone who happens to get in his way. Sounds like a heck of a Sunday. Heavily inspired by late 80s slasher films, Ruben Galindo Jr.'s... Oh, he directed Don't Panic. Oh, there we go. If you haven't seen Don't Panic, that is one heck of a great Mexican horror movie. That's a lot of fun. Is one of the best forgotten films to come from Mexico's oft-overlooked 80s horror boom. Yeah, no, I'm definitely into this. This might be the first one I watch, actually, of this group. Good stuff. Grave robbers. Hysteria continues. Commentary. Very cool. And last, we have one of the VSA titles. This is Spellcaster. This is another one I've never seen. I definitely feel like I've heard of it, though. By the way, I love the VSA slips. The hard slips. They're so nice. Really classy. I love the little, yeah. Anyway. Spellcaster. Reminds me of Phantasm a bit. Empire Pictures. Always a sign of quality. A group of strangers have been invited to partake in a promotional televised treasure hunt at a remote Italian castle, with the winner walking away with $1 million fortune. But the old Gothic building has some diabolical tricks up its sleeve, and it's not long before the guests begin to fall victim to its demonic secrets. All the while, the surviving guests begin to come up with creative and deadly ways to try and locate the hidden treasure. One of the series of Castle films made in the mid-'80s by the notorious exploitation producer Charles Band. Spellcaster is a creature effect-filled supernatural horror film starring 80s new wave music icon Adam Ant, legendary 80s radio personality Richard Blade, alongside Gail O'Grady, NYPD Blue. Photographed by Fulci's regular DP Sergio Salvati, who shot The Beyond and Zombie. Vinegar Syndrome Archive presents Spellcaster newly restored in 2K. Interview with Rafael Zielinski. Yeah, no, this one looks fun. Just like 80s horror fun. That might be number 2. But, man, these VSAs. Look at that. I love them. Just a really nice package. All right. Next we have one is I blind bought this. This is from Arrow, the comic. This is another one I don't really know too much about. I was reading about it online beforehand, and I don't know. I mean, it looks interesting, sort of. I mean, this could be, I don't know, who knows. But comedy can be a cutthroat business, but in Sam Coax's world, it's downright murder. From the annals of bizarre cinema comes the comic. In a dystopian police state reality of indeterminate time and place, orange bouffant-haired comedian Sam Coax is eager for his big break, realizing that desperate times call for even more desperate measures. He slits the throat of his rival Joey Myers, leaving the way clear for him to carve his own niche on the comedy circuit. But success can be a fickle and fleeting mistress, and Sam soon finds his career on a downward turn when he falls foul of the powers that be. Filled with off-kilter performances, surreal set pieces, and some of the most uncomfortable striptease sequences ever committed to celluloid, the comic is a barmy, baffling, and beguiling cinematic oddity shot on 35mm film in an alternate dimension. Yeah, I don't know. I'm very curious about it. I know there was a limited edition, but I didn't want to dive in with that. I just went for the regular. Who knows? If you guys have seen this, leave comments below and let me know what you think, and I'll move it up the list if it's worth my time. But Arrow, 80s. I'm just curious about it, so that's the comic. Next, we have one that I snagged from 88 Films. Mystery Men, one of my favorites from the 90s. This is a Region B lock disc. Just so you know, you would need a multi-region player to play this one. I already have the domestic release, but this has some nice extras that I was curious to check out. Obviously, it's got the slip. I haven't opened it up yet, but nice black case, you can see that. But the extras, let's see here. Some of these, no. I don't know if there's much of this. I think the commentary by director Kinka Usher was on the original Blue, and that might have been it. It has something called We Aren't the Champions limited edition booklet, notes by writer and filmmaker James Oliver. The commentary, then it says it has We're the Other Guys, the making of Mystery Men with director Kinka Usher. I'm a Superhero Mother, the costumes of Mystery Men with designer Marilyn Vance. Inside Champion City, the effects of Mystery Men with visual effects supervisor Todd Tucker. Disco is Life, the scores of Mystery Men with film music historian Daniel Schweiger. Spotlight on location, making of featurette, deleted scenes. I don't know. I just wanted to get anything and everything I could. I just think this movie is one of those that was sort of ahead of its time and was, I don't know, wasn't that well received when it came out. I didn't think, or I mean, I think it was okay in terms of the reception, but I don't think it did very well financially. And I really feel like I've said this before, but were it to come out now, it would probably do a lot better in the Marvel age that we live in, Marvel DC age. I just think it's a lot of fun, and I think the heroes are a blast and silly, and there's a lot of great humor in it. And I mean, the cast is insane. Ben Stiller, Hank Azaria, Janine Garofalo, William H. Macy, Paul Rubens, Greg Kinnear, Jeffrey Rush, Eddie Izzard. There's a lot of good folks in this. So if you haven't watched this in a while, I do recommend it. It's streamable anywhere if you want. I think the domestic Blu-ray is easily available, but I needed more Mystery Men. So 88 Films, thank you. All right. Next we have a Second Sight. This is also Region B locked. They're the Man with Xray eyes. Blu-ray. That's what that looks like. I have here also the Kino, and I just wanted to compare the two. This is a little bit better, I think, but just so you know, so the Kino version, which I'd gotten first, has Terror Vision, legendary director Joe Dante on X, an audio commentary by producer-director Roger Corman, and audio commentary by film historian Tim Lucas. Well, that's pretty good. Tim Lucas. It's quality. So that's that, right? And then this one has The X Effect, an interview with Roger Corman, American Gothic, an interview with Kat Ellinger, author and editor of Diabolique. Well, I love Kat Ellinger, so that's good too. Audio commentary by Roger Corman, that's ported the same one, and audio commentary by Tim Lucas. Joe Dante on The Man with Xray eyes. So, okay, so this has everything that has, plus it has the interview with Roger Corman and the interview with Kat Ellinger. And the original prologue, which, yes, the Kino disc has that as well. So you're getting a couple new interviews on this one if you get it. And a really nice slip. And promotional booklet with new writing by John Tolson and Alan Bryce. It's a pretty thick booklet. I do love Second Sight a lot. They always do a great job. And they have a limited edition of The Strangers, which I got a check disc of and which looked fantastic. So, I mean, and obviously we're all waiting for the Dawn of the Dead. That's going to be great when it comes out. But this is a good little Roger Corman movie. If you haven't seen it, Ray Milland gets X-ray vision, and it is not good. Things do not go well for him. So it's kind of also noir, sci-fi kind of thing, but I like this one a lot. It's definitely among my favorite Corman films that he directed. And I don't know, I dig Ray Milland in this a lot too. So I had to get the limited. Second Sight. Again, Region B. Then we have, let's see here. Oops. Another one from Kino, The Gray Fox with Richard Farnsworth. Just reading the front. In 1901, after 33 years in San Quentin, Bill Miner, The Gentleman Bandit, was released into the 20th century. I've never seen this one. I've only heard good things about it, and I love Farnsworth as an actor. I think he has a naturalism and a weird laid back, it sounds weird to say laid back gravitas, but he has this, I don't know, energy about him that he just really is believable to me and sympathetic almost immediately. He has an emotional quality that draws me in almost every time. And yeah, it's saying after decades in prison, stagecoach robber Bill Miner, Farnsworth, emerges in 1901 a free man without a place in the 20th century society. Times have changed, but in the face of all these changes, neither his good-humored patience nor his joy of life has abandoned him. With the vigor of a teenager, Miner sees a screening of one of the first films, The Great Train Robbery, and is inspired to once again do what he does best. Filmed in the beautiful Pacific Northwest as a backdrop, The Gray Fox is a rare and touching yarn exploring and unraveling a greatly likable and unlikely hero. Yeah, it says that this is a brand new 4K restoration. It has an audio commentary by filmmaker Alex Cox. Gotta like Alex Cox. You like some Repo Man, and that man loves Westerns, and that's apparently what this is, kind of an end of the West Western kind of movie. So I know that'll be enjoyable to hear his commentary. It also has an interview with the producer, an interview with the composer, and an about the restoration featurette. That's a Region A disc from Kino. So again, this is one I haven't seen, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to like this. So I'm down to check it out soon. The Gray Fox. I've got a couple imports here. A couple more imports. This would be Pi, Darren Aronofsky's first film, and the one that really got me. I saw this, I think, when I was in college, and it just captivated me because it was shot in this grainy black and white, and I've actually opened this one up and watched a little bit of it. It's also Region B locked, just so you know. This is a Lionsgate release, but it is Region B. And it looks great on the blue. That grainy black and white just really captivates. But I just really loved it when I saw it. It just introduced me to a filmmaker that I was like, okay, I got to pay attention to this guy. And obviously we've seen how much he's done from that point. But I haven't watched it in a long time, and I'm really excited to revisit it. And this ports over the commentary from the DVD, and I think the commentary with actor Sean Gullett was on the DVD as well. It's got deleted scenes, behind the scenes, montage, a music video. I think this is most of the stuff that was on the DVD. I don't know if it has any new features, but regardless, I needed to get it on Blu-ray because I just wanted to see what it would look like. And it looks great. So definitely one that I'm looking forward to revisiting. I don't think my wife has seen this yet, and so I'm really excited for her to check it out. I think she's going to dig it a lot. So that is Pi. And then lastly, little media book action. I have been looking for this movie forever. This movie, Coldblooded, directed by M. Wallace Wolodarski, starring Jason Priestley. I don't think ever had a DVD. It was on VHS. It was a big movie for me and a friend of mine that used to work at the video store back in the 90s. It's a dark comedy about a man played by Priestley who seems almost autistic maybe, or he's on the spectrum in some way, and he is working as a bookie for a low-level mobster, And don't ask me how he got that job. I don't know. But basically, the mobster himself is then killed, and he is promoted to hitman, which is a weird. There's a bookie, hitman. I guess that's the progression. So he goes to train to be a hitman with amazing character actor Peter Riegert, who is fantastic in this movie. And Riegert is like the star hitman, and his boss is now Robert Loggia, who I love. It just kind of goes from there. I don't want to give away too much, but he becomes a hitman, and it's a dark comedy, and it's funny and weird and silly in parts, but also has some drama to it and some emotion. But it's mostly just a quirky dark comedy that I just really loved. And I had a bootleg that was terrible, and this Blu-ray looks pretty good. It doesn't have any features really at all. This is also Region B locked. I don't even know. This company is 8-Ball Films, I guess. This one I got from... I don't think I got this from Diabolic. I think I got this from Amazon Germany. I could be wrong about that. But there are 2 covers, and there's another cover that maybe is a little even better than this one. And I think Diabolic has some in stock, and they're at a pretty good price. These are going to be a little bit more expensive, these media books, unfortunately. But they're harder to come by, and they have to be imported, so you have to keep that in mind. And I don't think this movie's coming to Blu-ray from anybody else anytime soon. I could be wrong. I never know, and maybe me buying this is what will ultimately set the universe into motion and putting out a nice new Blu-ray from somebody, Shout Factory. Who knows? But I just really wanted to have it. It's been years since I've seen a good copy of it, and so I really needed it. And so it was worth it to spend a little bit more money to get it. If you remember this movie, then you might understand my fondness for it. If you haven't seen it, it's definitely worth tracking down, although it is very hard to find. I don't think there's even a YouTube rip. Like I said, I don't think there's a DVD, but Priestley's very good in it. He changed the way that he moves. His shoulders droop down. He's not quite robotic or emotionless, but it's very funny and interesting the way that he plays it. He's definitely not playing 90210 or anything like that. It's a totally different thing. And he's not playing a badass. It's a really... He and Riegert together, I think, are fantastic. If you don't know Peter Riegert, he's really good in films like Local Hero and Chilly Scenes of Winter and Crossing Delancey. Just a wonderful character actor, and he's perfect in this and very funny. So anyway, that was the last one I got, and I've got another Beania book I'll probably show next time. But I don't buy them too much because, like I said, they are pretty pricey unless it's a movie that I just don't think is coming anytime soon. So if you are interested in Coldblooded, head over to Diabolic DVD and see if they have any more in stock. And if not, they may have a wish list that you can join if they do get more in stock. But I think their price is pretty good based on it's probably less than what I spent on this. So anyway, thank you for watching. If you like these videos, let me know, and subscribe to the channel if you don't mind. And I will talk to you guys very soon. Thank you.